What's up, people?
Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Wherever you are, sending love to you. Today, for the topic, for the Awaken Entertainment blog, we're going to touch on a topic, and it is, are you ready to move to a new state? And we don't mean, a physical state like one of the 50 states. What we mean is a new state of being. Are you ready to change, the way that you look at what we call life? Are you ready to be a new person, so to speak? Because a lot of people, even in my direct life, some people know that I'm, informative and I have information. So they come to me and they're like, Brad, how do I stop feeling this way? How do I stop feeling this way? And I try to let them know it's almost as if they're looking for an event outside of them to happen so that they can say, okay, now I'm happy, or now things can be better for me. But I always try to let them know, you got to move to a new state. You got to be a new state of awareness so that you can look at life with a different perspective and thus get that extraction back, pull that feeling back. And that's what this video is about. And I'm so excited about it because it's so simple of a concept, but people, even myself, we all do it. We make life this science class, like Vaughn was saying earlier. It's like we're trying to make it so complex when really all it takes is a shift of perspective. But you'll never get that shift of perspective until you learn new things, until you learn who you are. What are my views doing to the world I live in? What is my part in my life? Am I just a mere victim? Are things just happening to me? Or am I thus creating what is happening to me by the way I look at things, by the energy output I have? So pretty much, people, if you're one of those people who's at a rut, you're at a standstill in life, you're at a crossroads, you don't know which way to go, something just happened, you just broke up with your girl, something happened to you, it's time for a new perspective. It's time to look within. It's time to say, okay, I'm going to leave the mirror alone and I'm going to change my face. I'm going to do what I need to do so that the reflection changes. And that's what it's about. You have to get yourself informed. Go on the internet, go to the library, buy books, learn about yourself, because without that, you are buying into somebody else's belief about you. How can somebody tell you who you are? Only you can define who you are. But if you really look at, if you really put that into perspective, who am I? A lot of times you'll realize you're buying into what somebody else told you you were. Your mom told you were this. Your church told you were this. What do you think about who you are? And you'll never know that until you learn what you are, until you learn that we're all just energy, until you learn about all these things that are out there. So for me, if you're ready to move to a new state, you need to start with knowledge. You need to start small, wherever you need to start. Just keep building knowledge about who you are. And there's a movie I always try to recommend to people because it was one of the movies I watched when I started, and it's called The Secret. Okay? It is on the internet, it is on Netflix, wherever you want to go. And I'm just recommending that because it's like a base level. It's like a starter kit for people who are trying to make a change in their life. So for me, moving to a new state is about moving to a new perspective on life. And to do that, you have to learn. So do what you got to do to learn and, try to find a new perspective on what we call life, because that's the only way you're going to change how you feel. That's the only way.
Good job, good job. Hey, we got our boy Jimmy here today. Jimmy's never been on Awaken Entertainment, so I introduced Jimmy. I'm glad that he's here. I'm glad he's being a part of it. He's been trying to shift his state, in fact, for quite a while now. And Jimmy, can you relate, or can you have the people relate to what you've seen in your life that you need to change your state of being for?
I think I just need to focus on more of like what I see making me happy, like in the long run, and focus on what's going to get me there instead of like what's making me happy now, because that's not going to get me to where I want to be, you know? And I think by eliminating things that aren't going to get me into what I see in the future is the way that's going to be, Like I need to eliminate those things.
That's a real good explanation there, man, because that's it. That's exactly it. I mean, if your story doesn't have you breaking your leg in it, then you need to write that part of your story out, right?
Yeah.
And so many things that aren't truly making you happy anymore in your state of being that you're in now needs to be written out as well. And that's what people I don't think they do enough of. sometimes the transformation from one state to another, it could be a quick transformation, it could be a long one. It's about whatever you're looking for it to be. Okay, so you can create that state, but all you have to do is start eliminating the things in your state of being that you possess right now out of your life. Start writing them out of the story. So if there's something that is not making you totally happy, say it could be your mother because she's a negative person. Write your mother out of the state. People always think it sounds so bad that we can write out family or write off family, but guess what? In the whole scheme of this, it's all about self. So your mother did her job. She got you in here. She was the vessel, and she could or could not have done her job with trying to teach you some good basic morals. But guess what? That's all she was supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So we don't have to keep continuing to be with them. Because listen to this. A state of being is almost like how we represent a physical state. It has its laws. It has its communities. They separated in different regions. The same thing in your mental state is done the same way. Your law is now your beliefs that you have for this certain state that you're believing in or you're trying to convert yourself over to. The state of being that I possess right now is a state of being where I am getting my message out to people. I am being that prominent person that I want to be in a community where I can help and not only just help, learn from all these people to be able to better myself. So that's what I'm writing into my state constitution. That I'm going to be that. And I'm going to hold on to that and write it down. It's law now in this new state of being that I possess. And so I'm going to hold these laws up until I find new laws to make my dream, like Jimmy said, look like the dream that I wanted to be. So stop holding on to other states. There's no reason that you need, like we said in previous videos, to go on vacation. Because what are you vacationing from? I mean, truthfully, if you've written a story that your life is going to be the best life possible, I don't want to leave that. I'm sorry. There ain't no plane ticket to Florida or Jamaica that's going to make me want to leave that. Now, I'll go to Jamaica and Florida, but I'm only going just to live more life there. I'm not going there to get away because there's nothing to get away with when you have written the state constitution that you want to live by. Period. You know? So it's just a different twist on it, you know what I mean? But real quick, I do want to say, man, we're getting such outstanding responses to our videos, and everything is just falling into place. And it's because we're writing our state, silly. But no, it's true though. You know what I mean? Things are happening for us in the Awaken Entertainment movement only because that's what we are writing. That is what we are putting in every day and believing that there's no other thing that we can get out of it but that good that we're asking for. And it's really easy, people. Like Swoo said, we're making things very complex in this very simple, loving world. I mean, love is very simple. I mean, listen to this. Real quick, I'm just diverting. We've switched up love by turning love into a monogamous love. Now we have this thing called marriage, and we have this thing called boyfriend-girlfriend that turns into a monogamous love, when really love is just love, period. We changed it into something more complex when now we put more energy towards this person that we have monogamous love for than we put everything else. But yet, if everything in life was love, from the molecule up to the biggest building, it's all love, then we love all the same way, right?
Yeah.
But we've made it more complex by putting issues with it. We put monogamy with it. And listen, you can't love one. Listen, because like we said earlier, I love Swoop. I love him a whole bunch. I love Jimmy. But I love that plant that's giving me oxygen just as well. You know, because he's giving me something. He's giving me something that's not even the same thing. And that plant is also giving me something that's not the same thing. And I love it all equally because I would not exist in my state of being without any of it. So see how we complex things? So remember, write that legislative law for your state of being that you want to be in and hold on to it. Know that only the good stuff is in there. Don't write anything against good stuff or anything against bad stuff that relates to negative stuff. Only say good stuff. You know what I mean? Because people do that a lot, you know. They're always saying, oh, well, I don't want this. Oh, You don't focus on what you don't want, you focus on what you do want. So write that in your book. And remember, that's the only thing that you're going to get out of life, the good part, if that's all you focus on.
Definitely.
So write that state of being. You don't have to move out of state, guys. Just create a new state inside yourself. Swoop hit it on the mark. It's inside you. It's not outside. We keep looking outside for something. I'm not sure. But remember, I don't know if you remember any of the earlier messages that we had, but you cannot create your external until you change your internal. So, Awaken Entertainment is here. You have anything to summarize?
Yeah, actually,
let's get some summary.
I wanted to kind of touch on what Vaughn was just saying when he said, you know, kind of divert to the love thing, because that sparked something in my head. Y'all know me, I always hit you with quotes. And when Vaughn was saying about love, that's something that I just want to touch on real quick in this video too. There's a quote by a man I study named Osho, and he says, "I simply love. My love is not dependent on the object I am loving. If a friend turns to a foe, if somebody I used to love doesn't love me anymore, that's irrelevant, because my love was never dependent on that anyway. I love because I am love. I'm just love. It doesn't matter about what I am loving. That's not the reason I'm loving. I love you because I am love, and that's all that can spill out of me. Back to the metaphor about if you squeeze an orange juice should come out of that.
Right.
If you squeeze me, love's coming out of me because I am love. You know, you don't squeeze an orange juice and have grape juice spew everywhere, because you'd be like, whoa, I thought you said you was love, and now there's this other stuff coming out of you.
Right.
So that's the point of love we need to get back to. We need to get back to the state of being of love. And back to the state of being love. Not, I love you because you're my girl and you bought me new clothes and she does everything for me, man. She lets me use her car, and come on, bro. That's conditioned, minimal, boxed love. And that's what we got to get away from, because true love, which is tying perfectly into this video, is a state of being. And when you get that state of being and you're appreciative for the littlest things, more things flow into your, more things flow into your experience for you to be appreciative of. So when we're talking about the state of being, it's really an all-encompassing formula for your life to change. Because once you change the state of being, just like all the teachers we listen to say, reality doesn't have a mind of its own. It is non-existent apart from your experience of it. And your experience is derived from your feeling about it. So change your feeling. I don't care if things look like they're going horribly in your life. I have many testaments that I could, I'm not going to dive deep into, but there's been times in my life where, trouble with the law came up or something like this, and I didn't give my feeling to that. I changed my state of being. I revised the story, and you'd be amazed at how it worked out. I don't got no trouble with the law no more. I'm free, you know what I mean? Like, because I did that. And people don't want to fathom that because they're thinking of it logically, but I promise you, people, nothing can stop you if you say, nope, I'm putting my foot down, this is my state of being, and this is how it's going to go. I'm not paying attention to outside no more. I'm changing me. And I promise you, you're unstoppable when you do that, because that's faith. That's showing existence. I'm not worried. I know you got me. I'm going to just fall back and let things happen. So that's how I would summarize it, people. Let love be your state of being, and allow the worry to drift away. Because if you're worrying, you're not love. Any of these negative things, that's your indicator, whoa, something's off within me. Let me fall back to who I really am, and let that be, what I put out into the world. So that's what I would say about it, man.
You got anything on that, Jim?
Yeah, I just want to say that, like what he said, if you're not in like a state of love, like if you're in a state like where you're mad, like that's only what you're gonna attract. And if that's not truly what you are or what you want, then that's not gonna make you happy. So you have to be in that state of love and thankfulness and like happiness to attract more of that into your life.
That's right. That's right, man. Good job. Yep, I feel that. And my little summary on this whole situation is, it's called state of being, not state of being. I mean state of doing or state of trying to do. It's state of being. Being means that I am being that state at the present moment. I'm not trying to be. I'm not, because people in our world love to say they're trying to do something. I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
I'm being it right now. So you have to walk the walk of being who you want to be. Feeling what you want to feel. Be it now.
Yes.
Because we are human what?
Beings.
Beings. We're not human doings, human tryings.
Human becomings.
Yes, human beings. So, be the state you want to be love, be everything you ever wanted to be, and know it's going to happen, because it will. Wake Entertainment, we love you.
Don't forget to subscribe. Much love to y'all.
All right. Talk to you soon.